Hey, hello everyone. Today we are going to see the practical configuration of posting period variants, including the explanation on each and every field or the control available in that particular screen. But before that, I would like to show you the assignment of the fiscal year variant to the company code, because in our last session regarding the practical configuration of fiscal year variant, we didn't do the assignment and only completed the configuration part. So in that configuration of our last lecture, I showed you through path how we can configure the fiscal year variant. So for that, we also having the T code. The T code is OB29. So this is the T code you can use to configure the fiscal year variant. Once you click on enter, this screen will open up. Here we can find on that day we configured TG as our fiscal year variant. So if you see, it is created as TG. Now coming back, let me show you how to do the assignment. So firstly, we will go through the path and then followed by the T code. So the path to go there is SPRO, reference IMG, financial accounting, global settings, ledgers, fiscal year and posting periods. Now if you see here, assign company code to a fiscal year variant. Once you click here, so this screen will open up. Okay, so here we have this company code, fiscal year variant, description. So first of all, we have to find our company code. Let me give position, and then our company code is, as you all know, INTA. Once you click enter, so this is our company code. Now we have to assign fiscal year variant. So in this particular field, we have to give our fiscal year variant, which is TG. Once you give there, you have to click save. Let me save it and then continue. So now finally this is saved. Now coming back, we will now start with the step-by-step configuration of the posting period variant. So again, our approach would be same. Firstly, I will show you the path and then I will show you the T code. Okay. So to assign the fiscal year variant to the company code, the T code is OB37. Okay. If you see, you can check whatever you do the assignment, INTA, we assign the TG to INTA. Okay. So let's start with the posting period variants. To go to the posting period variant, we have to follow a path starting with T code SPRO. Click on enter, reference IMG, and then again financial accounting global settings, and coming to ledgers, we will have fiscal year and the posting periods. Now, if you see scroll down like posting periods, here we have the option of define variants for open posting periods. So we have already discussed in our theoretical session related to posting period. We have to create a variant in order to have the periods or the opening or closing of the periods. So let me click here. So if you see, this screen will open up. You can just create your fiscal year variant. Here you don't have to like configure the period and anything. Just we have to give the four alphanumeric this key related to our variant, and then we have to describe it or give the naming. Okay, so to come to the same screen, we have the T code. Let me come back. We have the T code OBBO. Okay, or you can simply say OBBO. Once you click enter, it will land you on the same screen. Okay, so to create the new fiscal year variant, we have to click on the new entries. Let me click here. So under the variant, what variant we want to create, I would like to keep it as similar to our company code, which is INTA. And the description we can give posting period variant for INTA. Okay, fine. Let me save it. Once you have given it, we have to click on the save, or you can give just Control plus S. So if you have given here, just continue. So if you see, the data was saved. Okay, so this is how you have to create a fiscal year. Oh, sorry. This is how you have to create a posting period variant. Now next we will do the assignment. Okay, assignment of the posting period variant to the company code. The path would be same. Okay, now if you see here, assign variants to company code, we have to click here in order to assign the posting period variant to the company code. Again, we have to position our company code is INTA, which we have already seen. Once you give it and click on continue, it will come. Okay. Now here, if you see, we are having company code, company name, city, variant. So here the variant is blank. So what variant we have created, that we have to just put here, which is INTA. So once you have give it, just you have to click on save and continue. So you will come to know that INTA company code is having the posting period variant INTA. So whatever period this variant would be having, company code would be working on the functioning on that. Okay. To assign the posting period variant to the company code, we have the T code OBBP. To create, we had the T code OBBO, and to assign it to the company code, we have the T code OBBP. Click enter, you will come to the same screen. Similarly, you can check whatever the assignment we did. You can see the company code is INTA and the variant is INTA, which we assigned to our company code. Now comes the interesting part, or the most important part of this posting period variant is periods itself, okay, where you define the periods for different account types. Now let me show you using the path first, SPRO, and then reference IMG. We have this financial accounting and then financial accounting global settings. So all these fields are falling under the financial accounting global settings. So coming to ledgers, now again fiscal year and the posting periods. Here, if you see, we have the open and close posting periods. Once you click on enter, it will ask you the posting period variant. As I told you, all the periods would be created under the posting period variant itself. So what we created posting period variant is INTA. So before like maintaining these values, I would like to explain each and every control or the fields. What are the uses of these fields? Where they actually affects, or what are the important or the mandatory field here. Okay, so let's continue with the first field or the first column. The first column is the account type. So what is account type? Account type is basically represents the nature of account. So simply we have like more common, we can say the account type are general ledger, which is represented here with the key S, and we have A for vendor, we have D for customer, we have M for material, we have A for asset. So there are multiple account types. Okay. So here you can give. And other than these standard account types, we also have here the account type as plus, which represents all account type. We have to remember this. Okay. And that plus is actually mandatory to define here. Now next comes the from account to account. So this is nothing but a number range of the account which you want the period to be maintained for. Okay. So let's suppose you can maintain from 0 to ZZZ, means like all the accounts under that particular account category should have the period. So you can define in that way. Or if you want to restrict your periods to a specific accounts number, for example, you want like 110 to 120, so only these periods should be for like only these accounts should be open for posting in this period. So this is how you can also define. Now next comes the from period 1 to period 1 year. Okay, so these four column actually represents the interval 1, which means when we define the fiscal year variant, we gave our regular period as 12. So these four column actually represents the regular periods. Okay. So to do the configuration, it is up to you. If you want whole year periods to be opened, you can give here as 1 in the from period 1, year as 2026. To period 1, you can give 12 and 2026. So it means from the period 1 to the 12 in the year 2026, all the periods are open. Or you can also restrict the posting up to one period. For example, if I want the posting to be restricted for like Jan month, okay, or the first period, if you are following the calendar year. So let's suppose in that case, I will give 1 and the year is 2026 and the period is 1 and 2026. So it means only first period of the calendar year is open. Uh, rest of the periods are closed. It won't be allowing posting other than the first period. Next comes the one of the important column, which is authorization group. Okay, so it represents, for example, there are some people in the organization, you want to give the authorization to close and open the posting period or to modify the posting periods. So to give authorization to particular group or to particular individuals, we can maintain their authorization group. First of all, you have to create group of those IDs as a authorization group, and and whatever the naming you gave to your authorization group, you if you put here, so these particular users of that group would only be able to modify these posting periods. Other than these, no one would be having any of the authorization related to this particular part. So this is often given to protect your these unnecessary modification of the posting period variants, otherwise unnecessary modification of the periods under this posting period variant. Otherwise, what happens unintentionally or mistakenly, the end user might be end up doing the posting in the wrong periods, which might create the reconciliation issues. So this is how this particular authorization group is used. Next comes the from period to year to period to year. So it means these four columns actually represents interval 2, which are nothing but the special periods. We have already seen in the fiscal year variant, we have maximum 4 special periods. So here you can give, like for example 13 year 2026, 16 2026. So all 4 special period would be open, and we already know what these are used for in our theoretical section. We have already discussed in detail. You can refer our previous session. Okay, so apart from that, if you want only one specific period, special period to be open, you can give like 13 year 2026, 13 2026. So all these like posting or the adjustment posting you are doing in the special period would be only applicable to the 13 period, and you won't be able to do any of the posting in the 14, 15, and the 16. And next comes the period third and the 2 period third year. So these 4 column has been recently added in the recent versions. So if you see the older versions like ECC, these 4 columns would be missing there. So what is the use of these 4 columns, which is very much important we need to understand. So we often know that in CEO especially, or we can say the management accounting, we have the postings, okay, related to, for example, the cost center particular department. You booked some expenses, but in reality those expenses to be distributed to the other cost center or other department. So what happens at the month end, or once the month end is finished on the next day of the like next month, you do the allocation. So allocation of that costing to the different cost center is done using the functionality in SAP. We have this assessment cycle or the distribution cycle or the activity allocations. So these are the some of the ways using which you can allocate your original cost from one cost center to the multiple cost center. So in that process, what happens once you execute those cycles, so CO document would be generated, and apart from that it will create a FI document without any manual intervention. So all those FI documents generating from the CO are automatic only, and there are no manual intervention. So let's suppose your May month end closing is finished. Now you are on the 1st of June, and you are executing that assessment cycle or the distribution cycle. But the problem is you have already closed your like May period, and you are in the June. For example, if you have already closed your FI May period and you are in June, you open the 6th period, the regular period. So in that case, you won't be able to create FI document through those cycles, and it will give you the errors. So in that case, you can give here, as these periods are used for CO to FI reconciliation or CO to FI flowing of the data. So in that case, you can maintain this 5 year as 2026, 5 2026. So despite being regular period of FI closed, you can still make a posting from CO to FI like using those cycles. So these particular 4 column are used for CO to FI reconciliation or flowing of the data from CO to FI. Otherwise, for example, you don't want any of these kind of reconciliation, anything, you can keep it blank. Now let me show you the step-by-step configuration of the maintenance of the sum of the account type data. So let me give the new entries. To create any of the like field or the line item, you have to click on the new entries. Let me click here. So I told you that here, apart from those standard account type, we are having this plus. So let me give plus. It is actually mandatory to give. Okay. So plus is mandatory. So what plus actually represents? Plus represents all account type. Okay. So Another thing is that in this, like apart from this plus, which is a masked account, it is known as the masked account. And other account like ASDMK, those are non-masked account. So in this particular masked account, we don't like need to give any of the range in this from account to account. If you try to give it, it will give you error. Okay. So let's suppose I want to keep all of my posting period open for the fiscal year 2026. So from 1 to 12, I want all my periods to be open. Now let's suppose I'm giving like 0 to 1000. Okay. So what will happen if I go to save, it will give me error because against plus you cannot maintain from account to account these number range. If I click on save, you can see it will end up with error. So see, do not enter an account number for a masked account type. So it means for the masked account type, you cannot give the these number ranges or the limit. Okay. So let me come back. Now we will give plus. We will keep it blank, and we will give 1 to 26. Now this will accept. If you click on save, see data was saved. Okay. So we didn't have any issue. Now, other than plus, we want to maintain the other account type. So most common account type is general ledger, which is represented here with the key S. Okay. For example, you have the general ledger accounts having number ranges from 1 to like suppose 1 lakh. So if you want to restrict, I have already told these postings to be done in the specific accounts during the period, you can give that. Otherwise, what happens? We give ZZZ. Okay. So it means all the accounts, general ledger accounts, would be having the posting as per these periods. Okay, so there would be no restrictions on any of the specific account. Okay, so let me give same. Next comes the K. I've already told you which is vendor. So here you can also give same. And similarly, we can give for D. D is a customer, I told you, right? And another important is asset also, okay, which is represented by A. So here what we are doing, we are making periods open for all the accounts, okay, ranging in this particular account type category. So these are the most commonly used. So we have limited this. Okay, so let me save it. If you save it, it will allow you. Okay, so the data is saved actually. But another thing, important thing is that let's suppose I am creating one more entry related to material and I'm not giving any of these particular like range, for example, 0 to Z or 0 to any number. Let me create it. So what will happen once you give M, it will give you error and will ask you to give the upper limit. Okay, because in the non-masked account type, it is mandatory to at least give the upper limit in the account. Okay, so if you click on save, it will give you error. Let me show you. Once you click on save, now see, specify upper limit for account interval for a non-masked account type. So in this particular scenario, we will have to give 0 in the number range or ZZZ. So this is how it works. So let me come back. So this is how the configuration of these all account is done. So that's all for today. And apart from this, I will also show you like common errors what we receive while we are doing the posting and parking. Because for example, if the period is closed, for example, if you are doing the posting in Feb and the Jan period is closed. So in that case, what will happen? You won't be able to do the posting in Feb. It will give you error. So those all errors we would be discussing once we would be doing the parking and posting, and which is only feasible once we are complete or done with the financial accounting global settings and the creation of GLs. So continue to follow us. We will see each and everything like flow wise without missing even single thing. So if you have any question or query, you can feel free to ping me in the comment section. I will try to answer your queries. That's all for today. Thank you.